Paranormal Punches is part of the Podbelly Network. Go to podbelly.com for more great podcasts.
Hey, y'all. This is Frank the Bigfoot, and you're listening to the Paranormal Punchers.
Hey, friends. Welcome to another episode of Paranormal Punchers. I'm Mark.
I'm Alicia.
I'm Nash.
I'm Dave.
And on this episode, episode 150.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that like a milestone?
Yeah.
Yes?
Wow.
What happened there, Nash?
Yeah, yes, it is.
All right.
Wow.
It's 150th. Oh, my gosh. Listen to me.
How much beer did you have?
Yeah. Wow. The 150th.
I had all of his beer for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. 150.
However you want to say
And
it.
we're going to talk about the Museum of Shadows and some of the weird, haunted things inside. Mm-hmm. Now, this stems from, on the last episode, 149.
Good call.
Thanks. We had that listener story from Stacy, who said, a little quote here from it. Stacy went down to the basement and was sitting there. I waited, and as soon as the lights went out, I said, "Is there anyone here that would like to talk?" That's my regular investigating first question. At that point, I heard in my right ear, "Yes, me."
Oh, God.
I could feel the hot breath on my ear. Well, if that wasn't enough to make us want to check out the Museum of Shadows, Kevin J., who is now most famous for telling us to talk about the Bonacon.
Yeah.
Right.
Kevin said, "Hey, guys, if you get anything that takes place in Nebraska, let me know. Let me know, and I will help with the pronunciation."
Oh, whoops.
Platt's mouth is pronounced Platt-Smith. Why? I have no idea. It just is. Also, the Museum of Shadows is a cool location. It used to be located in a small town I live in. I checked it out when I was there, and I have no other way to describe it, but the air felt heavy and something felt very off. It's a weird sensation. Maybe it was just because of the black mold in the basement. Maybe the haunted items were drawing off the snowstorms we were having. Either way, I know what people mean when they try to describe the bizarre atmosphere around haunted items or locations. It still weirds me out to this day. Hope all is well, Kevin. P.S. Sorry about the Bonacon. So I was like, that, to me, it was like, let's just talk about the Museum of Shadows. It just sounds
I have to
fascinating.
ask Kevin, he just said help with pronunciation. Like, are we pronouncing Museum of...
Museum?
Museum.
What is happening today? It's like a bizarro world going on.
I know,
I
it's
had
not
all
me.
of Nash's beer, remember that.
Oh, Lord.
Continue, Dave.
No, never mind. I killed my own joke.
Well, Kevin, I appreciate the offer.
See, there you go. Now it's passed around. You're the only one left, Liz.
I
Oh, God.
appreciate the offer to help us with pronunciations, but you know how we like to do it here. We just screw it all up.
Yeah.
And so we're going to keep that trend going. All right. So we're going to talk about the Museum of Shadows. And on the second half, since we got a pretty good response, we're going to play another round of Paranormal Punchers D&D. Or to not get sued, Paranormal Punchers RPG. What will the team take on this time? Clues will be in what we talk about.
Yep.
Lish,
All right.
see how you do with talking.
Well, we know how I usually do, so, which is not
Man
good.
sliders.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
not to let you forget that one.
No. The Museum of Shadows is located on 2 levels of a 4-story building in Omaha, Nebraska, and houses over 3,000 verified haunted objects and artifacts that have been donated from all across the United States as well as multiple countries. It runs Wednesday through Sunday from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., and admission is $20 to get in. Now,
It's kind of like brewery hours. Breweries always seem to be closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't think anybody does anything on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Okay.
It's sad. Anyway, Nate and Kaylee Raderman, they're curators of the museum, are professional investigators, specialists in demonology. And Kaylee, she's a psychic medium, and they both have spent 17 plus years investigating cases of the unknown. Now, Kaylee's interest in the paranormal began at an early age. I'm having trouble now, too.
You're really doing good, though.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
She often would dream of events that would then later happen. And because of this, she became very intrigued with the paranormal. Now, Nate, he had a different start. He honestly considered himself a paranormal skeptic until he moved into a new home in 2006. It was there that he experienced doors opening, chairs sliding by themselves, as well as witnessing a full-bodied apparition.
That'll change your mind.
Yeah. So he began documenting his experiences and sharing them on his website and his YouTube channel, where it eventually got the attention of A&E and the Travel Channel, which I don't know why it's still called the Travel Channel.
It's the Ghost Network.
Yeah. In the late 2000s, he began collecting haunted artifacts.
Real quick, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
Maybe it's the Travel Channel for the other side. These are the places you're
Traveling from the other side to our side?
To our side, yeah.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All the
It's a
popular
one-way.
tourist
It's a one-way
spots.
trip, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, Dave.
In the late 2000s, he began collecting haunted artifacts to the point that both he and Kaylee felt that they had amassed a large enough collection to open a museum, which they did. In 2016, they opened the Museum of Shadows in Elmwood, Nebraska. And less than a year later, they moved it to, what did he say Plattsmouth was?
Plattsmouth.
Plattsmouth.
And then they moved to their current location in Omaha in 2020. So I imagine, so they had like just enough to open up the museum. And then almost a year later, they had to move to a bigger spot.
Yeah, this is like, I'm really fascinated with their story because as a collector myself, comic books, to collect haunted items, it is fascinating because that's a hobby that most people would stay away from, but also to amass enough of a collection to open a business.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I'm like, I want to do this. The only thing I would do different is Nash would be brewing beer. So we would sell beer, and so you could drink around these haunted items.
Oh, that won't turn out bad.
I like where your head's at.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Put that in the book with all our thousands of other ideas.
Now, Kaylee and Nate, they now receive donations daily from around the world. For the object to be on display in their museum, it obviously has to be haunted. So they will try to determine if it's haunted by investigating it and then place it in quarantine. The process that they usually use, number one, they do general research of the object. Like, was it part of a murder or a death or something? Number two, they use paranormal equipment that can detect electromagnetic disruptions. That's what they use.
EMDs.
Yeah. And then number three, and I think this is in the quarantine process, they turn on cameras to see if the artifact will actually move on its own.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so at that point...
Why they call it a quarantine?
Well, they don't... I don't know.
They must have a separate room just for that.
Yeah, they
don't-
They can sit it down in the room, and it's all cameras are set up. And
It's not out to the general public
Right.
Yeah.
till they've proven that it's.
I was just thinking. I was just thinking. Well, it's not contagious. I mean, unless it's possessed by a demon and it just jumps to the next person.
Right.
So maybe that's
Right.
why it's quarantine.
Or it could be influenced by the other things in the museum. If they just take it and set it on the wall, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, it might even be in a different location than the actual museum.
Yeah.
Who knows? I didn't get that info. Sorry. There have been some that were sent to them that didn't pass their tests, and it gets mailed back to the sender. Yeah.
Imagine if you had this thing that you know is haunted, but it didn't show up for somebody else.
Right.
And you get it
And
back.
getting it back. And like, nope.
They actually, in one article I found, they were talking about one recent item that they sent back was a coffee mug where it was claimed to have moved on its own. The sender claimed that it belonged to a deceased grandmother, so they felt that her spirit was attached to it. Nate and Kaylee, they were unable to verify its paranormal capacity, so they sent it back. But
What about if in the an alternate reality, people were sending them the items and they're possessed, they're making the items haunted,
Right.
And putting demons in them, and then mail them back to
and
that
then
person.
sending them back.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just thinking of the poor grandmother that was bound to the room, not the mug, and was just waiting for her mug back.
Aw.
And
Well,
she's
she
like, "You
got
guys
that.
took my freaking coffee cup.
yeah.
What the heck?"
Yeah, maybe it was the table.
right.
Yeah, nothing to do with the coffee cup.
Yeah. Yeah, that poor woman.
Now, most of the objects are mailed to the museum, but there have been times that they have to travel the country to pick up the haunted relics. On their website, they have this. Are you dealing with a volatile haunted object? Not sure what to do? You're in luck. We can help. The curators provide safe containment and removal of allegedly haunted objects free of charge.
Nice.
That's what the Ghostbusters said.
Yeah, I was going to. That sounded like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of analogies to it. Yeah. There's a couple shows on this. Yeah.
Now, some of the objects are very energy heavy, and Kaylee, she won't have anything to do with them because it gets very overwhelming for her. And some of the artifacts will find their new home in a glass case inside the museum. And this is a quote from Nate. Some are a little feisty. Others are just, they're not friendly at all. So it's good that they stay behind glass and they can stay there.
So wait, I didn't realize glass was a protection against.
There's a lot of logistics that are coming
Yeah.
up.
I was
with
thinking
this
like
whole
if something's
thing.
like a lot of energy, you would put like a moat around it because it can't
Right.
cross water. Like,
or salt.
why are we
or-
using glass? Glass is from sand. It's not water based.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or like sanctify the whole, like each floor so that they're
Yeah.
contained to their individual
Right.
item and they can't get out?
Well, okay, so one of the haunted dolls that they have there, they had it out, and so people could, touch it or whatever. And a lot of these people, they took some hair home with them from this doll.
Awesome.
And then, and I'll
That's what
just
you
read
do.
this.
Yeah.
And the doll's name is Claire. Kaylee will have nothing to do with her, but before she was in a glass case, so she's in a glass case now, visitors would take pieces of her hair home with them. Now, Nate and Kaylee would then get calls from these people telling them what they did and what happened to them. I lost my job, my car was totaled, etc. Once the hair is returned and the doll is apologized to, their lives will return to normal.
Interesting, because Robert the doll,
I know.
for people that would take a photo without asking permission and
Right.
stuff like that,
Right.
they would. That one guy talked about he lost his wallet, he crashed his car. So fascinating. It's apparently my word for the day.
So as far as the items on display go, they have a lot of dolls. They have Ouija boards, and they even have some animal carcasses used in rituals or...
That's going to smell.
yeah, or... Well, maybe it's behind some glass. I don't know.
Yeah.
They also have this is just a weird one, a chest x-ray of a shooting victim. And Kaylee says, we wanted to open a place where people could come out, see the item for themselves, read the history behind it, what the person experienced with the item. And here we are 6 years later, but I don't know when she said this. So, but anyway, so I know there's a lot of paranormal things that happen in here, which is why it's
Sure.
supposed to be the most haunted museum. They have posted videos that have shown doors suddenly opening, as well as items that have moved off the shelves. There's a thermal imaging photos and security camera footage on the museum's website that shows strange figures and a curtain moving on its own. There's a horned mask that has been known to emulate drum beats and chanting.
Wait. Okay.
Yeah.
This horn mask, mask,
Horned mask.
horned mask.
Yes.
Is like beatboxing.
Well, I don't know where it came from, but
Well, if he's doing like drums and beats and kind of a chant on the wall, he's just trying to start up a band. He's just trying to get paid. He's there. He's trying to spread some enjoyment.
Yeah.
I wanted to know if the horns were straight back.
oh,
Ooh, yeah.
Was this the skull or a mask made of the skull of a Banakan? And
Maybe.
Can you beatbox?
No.
No.
Everybody was like, "Thank you." He said no.
there's an oil lamp from Turkey that has to be kept in a glass container because if it's touched, it is said to cause physical sickness. They have said there's a doll stroller that rolled on its own in there.
so wait, going back.
Yeah, sure.
The oil lamp from Turkey. Mm-hmm. That's only if your wish is
I know.
bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Is it a lamp, or is it like the where the genie comes out kind of a thing?
that's I'm thinking it's an oil. It's a genie lamp. You're wishing for something that's due.
So the genie could still be in there, but someone wished that whoever would touch this would get sick.
That, or you're wishing wrong. Like you chose poorly. And
Yeah, that's a line from
Yeah, I know.
Last Crusade, that movie.
Saw
you
blades
love.
are going to come out and cut off my head, whatever. I wonder if you touch. So if you have a genie's lamp and you're wearing like gloves, could you still get the genie out, or does it have to be skin on the lamp? Do you have to touch it with your skin, or can you rub it with like a glove
I don't think that genie lamps had the technology
Right.
that
to tell the difference?
cell phones have now today.
So by that means that you could rub the lamp and never get sick because you would be wearing a glove. You could wear some gloves, and the genie could still come out, right? Theoretically, and you could wish away the sickness.
I'm not.
You could
qualified
You could
in
get
this.
down with that sickness.
Yeah.
I knew it.
I had to get there.
It was going in my head.
I had to get there.
I was sitting here thinking I could jump in and cut this off, but I really want to see where you two go with this. I mean, I know it was mind numbing for everybody listening, but
Right.
you should have been here.
I was actually trying to be creative there, and
Oh, boy. Now,
Speaking of rubbing,
yeah.
What? Oh,
Excuse me.
I didn't have a good transition. Back to Alicia.
that's right.
There is a video of a ball. And I saw this video. I don't know if you guys.
See, speaking of rubbing,
Videos of balls.
we made
What?
you laugh.
What? Alicia, it's a family show.
Anyway, in the video, this ball is in the middle of a room on the floor, and it gets picked up and then dropped and starts rolling around. They have a video of this. It's crazy, but I don't know how they could have rigged it to do that. Like, I couldn't see that, but I guess people reportedly get scratched in the museum.
that's one does.
Yeah. And a small group of people, they saw two full figure apparitions. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. It freaked them out. Half the group left. The other half said, I need about 10 minutes
Full
to calm
body
down."
apparitions.
Yeah.
Or full figured apparitions.
So
Two very different things. Well, they're similar. But if I'm going to see a
Yes.
full-bodied apparition, I prefer it to be a full-figured apparition.
yeah, it's a
I don't know
full
about
body.
you.
Yeah.
to see an apparition get a little va-va-va-voom
Yeah.
is nice.
What? Half the group left, and the other half said what?
They need about 10 minutes to calm down. Like, it
It was a
freaked
full.
him out.
Okay, it was a full-figured apparition.
Now I have to ask because I had trouble researching this one.
No kidding.
But the one thing that I did find was that the full body apparition that most people see is Anna, a former prostitute who will show up and interact with people.
Okay.
So if half the group left and the other people needed 10 minutes to calm down,
What are you saying?
Smoking a sandwich.
Right.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Right. So maybe it was a full-figured apparition.
Right.
Maybe you said it exactly correctly.
Possibly.
Episode 150.
Museum and it's a museum.
Certainly a
in-
milestone.
Let's go to the. Let's go. We're going to go to the museum and chill. We're going to take a museum and chill. I think that's a great idea.
In their second location, so the Plattsmouth building, they were painting and remodeling. Holy crap! Remodeling.
Remodeling. Put some black mold over there. That'll be the accent
remodeling
wall.
before they brought in all their haunted objects and stuff. When one of the paint cans actually slid across the floor about 6 inches, and this is even before they bring stuff in, which makes me think maybe it's not just the objects. What
Maybe
if it's them are
Right.
attached to some of this? But
Or it's an old building. Is it just slanted? So everything's just always
Yeah.
sliding. You
true
know?
story. And they were remodeling, so I know lots of times when you do that, then you
Right.
spur up activity.
I know. I hate when you spur up activity. Those
You know
cowboys
what?
always spur up activity.
Nah.
She's going to kill you.
Anyway,
But remodeling and doing that kind of stuff always, if there's any kind of paranormal activity in that house or anywhere, that always stirs up everything, right? Yeah.
or spurs it up.
It
right.
spurs it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeehaw.
Yippee-ki-yay.
And then I took this from their website. Visitors have reported being physically touched, seeing apparitions, hearing disembodied voices, children laughing, running, and much more. Poltergeist activity has been caught and verified through our security cameras as well. Now, I do know that, Mark, you have some info on the most haunted object in the museum.
Yes, I do.
Sorry. Okay.
That would be Ayda the doll.
Yep.
Ayda. Ayda the doll. So this doll dates back to 1889 and apparently was made by a company called Simon and Howbig. Or at least the head was made by them because they specialized in porcelain doll heads. And
God, what a company.
they were known for making the most unique and realistic eyes. Wow. So, I don't know. It's
God, can you imagine? What is the elevator pitch on that?
They used real human eyes.
now I know how it feels, dear. I got one bullet point in, and then I got interrupted.
Well, they had to pull out somebody's eyes so they could model after these things.
Right.
Or used human eyes.
That's what I just said. They,
Oh, okay.
good
They
call.
did not. We made that up. So we're talking years and years and years later. Who knows what happened to this doll? Anyway, so this family buys this. They got a new home. They're super excited. There's a barn on the property. So as they're getting used to their new place, someone goes in the barn and goes up to the loft, and in that loft is this doll. So it freaks them out right away. The doll just doesn't. They just they don't want it. So they take it and throw it in a landfill 20 miles away.
okay.
And whew, all right, we're
Done.
good. 2 years later, this doll shows back up at their new house, sitting on top of a bag of fertilizer that they had just used. So now they panic. And they grab the doll. They go chuck it in a garbage can at the end of the driveway. And they call the Nate and Kaylee. And they're like, oh, yeah, can you come get this? Because this is scary. Hang up the phone, look out the window, and the doll's out of the trash can halfway up the driveway.
Yeah.
One does not just throw away a doll.
Yeah.
Not this doll, apparently. So, Nate and Kaylee come to get it. And as they are taking it back to the museum, they were hearing some strange noises coming from where the doll was. They heard a voice, like a deep whisper, "I want out," followed by a child crying. So anyway, they get it back to their place. They put in this area. Maybe it's the quarantine area you were talking about. But they leave the room, come back. It's gone. It's moved.
Okay.
Okay. So then I did find something that they had tied it up. He left the room and whenever they came back next day, whatever it was, the dog again was not where they had tied it up. The rope was untied and it was over on the floor. So I think that's what led them to put it in a glass case so it can't keep getting up and walking around. But apparently sometimes when Nate would handle the doll, it was part of their investigation, checking it out, he would get kind of ill and get migraines to the point where, and Nate's a quote from Nate, when I had to move her, I had to wear a hazmat suit and still felt the power from her. I like to call it a paranormal hangover because she made me feel all sick and the worst migraine ever. So she is now in her permanent box and locked in, and the keys are off location to protect from the chance of her ever getting out. Now, they have done paranormal investigations, things like that, and they've gotten some EVPs and stuff through spirit boxes, but that's how they got the name Ayda, also Beaten, and Uncle. So it's a theory there was a young girl that was murdered, beaten by her uncle. Now, Nate has claimed to see full-body apparitions of a little girl in a white dress that'll be walking around the museum.
Oh, one thing about Ayda, when she came back from the landfill, she didn't have eyes.
That's
anymore.
right. That's
Yeah.
I had the whole setup with the eyes.
I know.
When she came back from the landfill, she had no eyes. She had no eyes. I missed that part. Now, fun fact: Ayda.
I hope this is fun.
Ayda was voted the most haunted doll in the world via polls conducted by New Light Hollywood and LA Times.
Okay.
So I'm sure Robert the Doll would have something to say about that. And you can also follow Ayda on Instagram at Ayda the Doll.
Okay.
Does that bring about any kind of ruin to your personal life by doing so?
Well, I saw nothing that Ayda's like Peggy.
Right.
So I think you're okay, Dave. You can subscribe.
I only follow dolls that are okay on social media.
Yeah.
Okay.
No more Peggies.
Now, I don't have any other haunted artifacts to talk about, so I don't know if you have anything, Nash.
I don't. I looked.
Okay.
I had the same issue. I looked, and the other 2,998 or so, 98, 97, I couldn't find. I was having a heck of a time.
Okay.
I just got stuck on the idea that these guys are. Well, there's been a couple shows. Wasn't there like a Friday the 13th series where
Yes, there was.
where they were capturing the artifacts and bringing it in? And then there was the Warehouse 51, or there was a
No,
couple.
Warehouse 13.
Was that it?
Yeah. Wasn't it Warehouse 13?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The Friday the 13th series. Nothing to
Yeah.
do with Jason.
Yeah.
I used to love that show because it was like kind of the monster of the week.
Right.
Every episode, they had to go track down this artifact and deal with whatever it was causing so they can get it back to the museum and keep it safe and save humanity.
So that is this.
yeah.
That's what they're doing. And I always wonder, in this situation, what happens once they close the door? Okay, so a bunch of questions come up. When they leave, okay, and they close the doors, do they have a party in there? Do the possessed items, are they getting together and like finally they're gone and they all can come out and hang out? Because
and then the horn mask, he kicks up the beats.
he kicks up the beats, and the dolls are in their little cages all dancing and doing like cage dances for everybody.
The full-figured apparitions come out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a good time. And then when the owners come and go, do they have a special procedure to come in and leave that area so no spirits go with them? That was my thing, is always the spirits or these demons or whatever is connected to these items that are in there. How come there could be open? You said there's Ouija boards.
Yeah.
So there could be open Ouija boards. So do they have a whole procedure to get out of that building on a daily basis? That they like
Right, almost like, get sprayed down, like they're coming out of some nuclear reactor.
Because how many times have we talked about spirits, following people home? Well, they have possessed items housing potentially 3,000 different spirits in there.
Right.
How are they not getting out of there?
They got to walk through a cloud of sage, the smoke first. Then they get hit with the holy water. Yeah, a whole process because you want to make sure nothing follows you out.
Right. And if any of them do, hopefully it's the full figured apparitions.
Right.
I mean, they would just have a good time. Then it'd be a party.
Well, and something you said there just triggered on me. The
Oh, great. Dave's triggered.
Yep. What if they bring in new artifacts and they're haunted, but they're actually kind of mundane.
Right.
But then the other ghosts are
they taint them.
Are not nice to them.
Right.
You know, like I don't like you. He doesn't like you.
There could be conflicts between
and they get bullied, and that turns them into negative ghosts.
Yeah, that's why I say
this is what happens when you put 3,000 different things together. You shouldn't do that.
Look what happened in the documentary Ghostbusters.
Tell him, Dave.
You know, the creatures get out after a while. There's so much negative energy potentially building and building and building.
I kind of thought you were quoting Star Wars with "You don't like you very much."
Right.
Yeah.
He doesn't like you either.
Yeah.
I was.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Right.
No, I was trying to think about the electrician guy who turned
cool.
off the
Dave's
holding.
Slipping in movie references this whole time.
That's what I do. Slip it in.
Slip it in.
Oh, God.
Nobody notices.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
On the DL. Nice.
Okay. Go. Yeah, dear. Rescue.
I just have one more thing. You can actually go on ghost hunts at the museum. It's a 2-hour ghost hunt, and it's on Saturday nights from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. midnight.
That's part of that rave.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the first hour, they investigate like the museum as a group, and then the next hour you're on your own, or you can do a sit challenge.
I want to try that sit challenge.
Yeah. You can bring your own paranormal equipment, or they also have it available like to rent as well. But
yeah, I think I would do the sit challenge. And,
so you sit in a room by yourself
without
with a flashlight,
but it's off or
yeah,
something.
it's They turn the lights off, and then you can ask questions or whatever. And then when you turn that flashlight back on, then they have to turn the lights back on.
Right.
But
Yeah, I think I would do that because you have a way out. It's not like you're in a haunted prison and your way out is to run, 600 yards, around a couple of corners, do some stairs. You just flick on the light, and then they come and get you out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just picture you like totally juggernauting it. When you hear something in your ear,
Yeah. Just going through the door.
You're just going through the wall.
I was thinking at the end of Deadpool 2 when you said Juggernaut. And I was like, okay,
Deadpool
well.
2.
I was thinking that, what do you mean by Juggernaut? Because at the end of that movie, he did not do well at the end of that movie. No.
Yep.
Yeah. Different story altogether.
Different story. I think it sounds like a really cool place. I'm going to put it on our list of things to visit when we make it out. Those areas we just decided the other day we're going to the Stanley Hotel.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
You been there?
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm a fan of the movie.
It's
Shining.
it's freaky getting up to it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But once you go in it, you're like, that part of it goes away once you get in. You're
Right.
like, oh. But as you go up to it, you're like, I'm never going in there. I just see it. It's right there, and I cannot go in. This is too much.
But yeah, if we find an old building and get people to send us their haunted items and have a crap beer, a haunted antique kind of vibe, you can come in and, take home maybe
There's a 6
maybe
beer
get,
minimum.
Get possessed.
6 beer minimum for every investigation you do in there, for every person on it.
Yeah, I love it. We'll think of the name.
6 beers minimum?
Yeah.
So okay.
Before you do your investigation.
Oh, wow.
That's a
Are you
lot.
trying to get people drunk?
I think we have a lot of legalities with.
We've got some kinks to work out.
It can't be our slogan.
Yeah.
6 beer minimum. And get possessed.
Right.
All right. That's interesting. I definitely want to check this place out. Thanks for the suggestion, Kevin. And thank you for a suggestion that involved no poop at all. Speaking of that, we're going to come back with some Paranormal Punchers RPG. And maybe somebody will poop.
Oh, boy.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
And we're back. All right. the Museum of Shadows. Check it out. We're going to check it out. Do they have a website?
They
Do you have
do.
the address?
I don't have the address, but I think it's Museum of Shadows.
Yeah.
.com or something like that.
Right. It's
Yeah.
a pretty easy website to find.
Yeah, I saw the website. Probably should upgrade that.
I wish I had more information on the website. It led me to a spot where I was like, come on, give me a little bit more. Yeah.
But yeah, it's it'll be on our list in our travels. It seems super cool. All right, we're going to got just a couple of things here from listeners. We heard from Jason. Jason B will say, "Hey guys and gal, I was just listening to the November 8th podcast. I think that's the date of the podcast. The episode about the boiling bovine BS. FYI,
I like that.
triple B.
Alliteration.
FYI, here's a fun fact. The Vikings never wore horn helmets. I don't think they used horns at all. Thanks. Love the podcast. Putting skin for the win.
For the win.
Dave, did you know that?
I did. That's absolutely correct.
Okay.
You know, but then every time you see any like drawings or anything of the Vikings, they have a horn helmet.
They all came after Wagner's opera, which had the whole Viking side. You know, the Ride of the Valkyries.
Right.
that-
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where that came from. But yeah,
So they just drank from the horns. They didn't use them as like
nope,
helmets.
not even really that. so
Right. And
much.
I think that's where the reference comes from. You were talking about drinking from the horn.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
It, hollow out and drink from it.
Yep, it was kind of false.
I guess they didn't have bowls there, huh? I guess they didn't have bowls and
No, they had bowls. They did not use horns. Horns were not used.
You're making him angry.
yes, wow, wow, Dave, wow,
Yep.
settle, big guy.
You wouldn't like Dave when he's angry.
Yeah,
Right.
That's right.
I become a Viking. Braid my hair.
Without
Beard.
horns.
Yeah.
All right. All right, cool. Thanks, Jason. We heard from Indiana Johnny. Hey, guys. I just want to say that I love the added D&D segment at the end of the new episode. Also, I just checked out the video episode on YouTube. I really liked it. He's referring to our Halloween special.
Okay.
It was interesting getting to see what you all actually look like. I didn't mean interesting in a bad way. I promise.
Well,
Thanks,
you,
Johnny.
If you were watching at home, I was the guy sitting next to the guy that you thought was me. The one that won.
Oh, you're trying to convince people that you won.
Yes.
No, Dave did not win.
I answered every question correctly,
In your head.
except for Galaxy Quest.
You're rubbing that in.
I don't know how you missed that.
I don't know. I
come
really
on.
don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'll haunt me forever.
forever.
I'll put that in the museum. All right. Well, I'm glad you liked the D&D segment because we're going to do it again. Now, if you want to send us feedback, paranormalpunchers.com. You find all the ways to find us. And join the Facebook group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's all kind of good stuff that happens there.
Yeah, I think. And we got a Patreon. Then you can be part of the Discord group.
And we even have swag. We've got shirts and comics. We got all kinds of stuff.
Yes. Oh, and the holidays are
That's
Yep,
right.
they are
fast
coming.
approaching. So,
They make
given the gift of Paranormal Punchers,
those comics. They fit great inside a stocking. Ho
They
ho
do.
ho.
Yep.
and one of them maybe one day made into a movie. Which one? I don't know. You have to buy both. All right. We're going to attempt another session of Paranormal Punchers D&D RPG. Yeah, we don't want to get... Yeah.
Right.
I don't want Wizards of the Coast come looking for us. We need to get a good name
Right.
for this. Because someday maybe we'll make it an actual game and you can play as a paranormal investigator. Okay, here we go. We have Nash, Dave, Lish playing, paranormal investigators.
Okay.
Right.
And here we go. You guys are approaching this house you heard about. It's old, dilapidated. Right now, it's dark. If you're in PA, it's 5 o'clock.
That means it's 5:30.
It's already dark
Yeah.
here.
Right.
It's raining, thunderstorming, flashes of lightning occasionally. So you guys get up to the porch, you enter the front door. Squeak. You can just smell like just that scent of an old, dusty house.
Okay.
Immediately, the spirit box list that you have, you hear, hey, goes off right away. All right. At the end of this room, barren room, maybe one time it was a kitchen, but the other end of the room, straight ahead, is a door.
What does the spirit box say?
Hey.
Okay.
All right, so we're at the front door. I say we go in, announce ourselves. Let's check it out. We're here to investigate. So I'm gonna flick on my flashlight.
Okay.
I got one of those giant mag light flashlights.
You have one of the kind that police carry.
Yeah, the big ones. The big ones. It takes like 8D batteries.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got one of those.
Is that roll strength?
Yeah,
That's pretty heavy.
that's about what it is. And I bring it out, and let's I'm gonna start checking out this room and get in there.
Okay.
Yep.
You all agree? You're already headed up?
Yep.
Lish, I already said you had the spirits box running.
Yes.
Dave, I'm assuming you got the digital recorder if you're going to try to capture an EVPs. Sure. So Nash is leading. You're headed up to the door first?
Yeah.
You guys are behind him and putting Lish in the... you're the last person in line?
Yep.
Okay. Nash, check the door?
Yep.
All right.
Check the door, see if it's unlocked or if it's locked.
It is. It's unlocked.
Okay, so I'm just going to open the door and I'm going to announce myself. Hello, anybody, anything in here? Hello, we're here to investigate. Is there anybody in there that wants to talk to us?
Okay. It's dead quiet.
Okay.
Do you enter the room?
Oh, you bet, of course.
Lish, even with the spirit box scrolling through, you're not picking anything up at the moment.
Okay.
All right, so everybody enters?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, you got your flashlights going, and right then a giant boom, lightning flashes. It lights up the room even better than your flashlights were. At the far end of this, 20 by 30 room is $5 just lined up, laying on the floor.
Nope.
Like somebody had propped them up.
Is there anything? You said the house was kind of dilapidated. So is there like broken wood? Is there like where the windows boarded up?
Yeah, all the windows in this particular room are boarded up, like to keep something in.
Okay. Okay. So we see the dolls in there. So I beam on the dolls.
Okay.
I say, "Hey there, little ones. How are you? I didn't see you there."
Say, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The dolls are still. Now, all of a sudden, your flashlights flicker. Almost like it's being drained of energy.
Okay.
They flicker, they go out briefly, and at that moment, you hear this giggle that almost echoes off every wall. I need everybody to roll 20, a D20. Please don't roll a 20.
12.
14.
2.
All right, Lish, you just taken psychic damage from this doll. So you take 9 damage
Oh, good Lord.
of psychic damage. And you're scared of this, whatever's in that room until your next turn. All right, guys, you made it.
All right.
I want to bash a doll's head in. What do the 5 dolls look like?
Did you, as you look over to get a description, you notice it's 4.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. Did you say that originally, or did I miss that detail? Or
No, it was 5 originally.
Okay.
So now it's 4.
Yep.
One of them's going Chucky on us.
Okay. So then I'm going to look around for the 5th doll.
Okay. As you start to look around, you hear this running up, and you guys, your flashlights come back on enough time to see this doll with scissors coming running at you.
Oh, God.
Roll for initiative.
I'm going to bash it with my flashlight.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
18.
19.
18. All right. Lish, you get to go first. You're scared, though, so you do nothing but cower for this turn.
All right.
Dave, you're up.
I'm going to bash it with my flashlight.
Okay, roll.
AC 5.
Yeah, you miss.
It's a doll.
Yeah.
It has no armor.
Well, but also you suck at swinging a flashlight, I guess, because you missed. It's the doll's turn. The doll attacks Dave right back. And for 11 plus 15.
That's a hit.
Okay. And it's a pair of scissors. It just comes jabbing these scissors into
Okay.
you for 6 damage.
Ouch.
Nash?
All right. So as the doll is jabbing scissors into Dave, I'm going to run up because we're standing right next to one another. I'm going to grab the doll off of Dave. I'm going to grab it by its arms and hold on to it. And
Hold on to it. Rip its arms off.
Okay, and I'll rip its arms off. Just
Okay.
pull its arms right off.
All right, roll to see if you can grab him.
Well, that's a 6.
Good Lord.
Okay.
All right, you reach out to grab the creepy doll, and it kind of like giggles. It shifts a little bit, and you miss. Almost like you grab thin air.
Okay.
Okay,
Don't rip my arms off.
back to the top.
Okay.
Lish, I need you to roll to see if the terror has broken.
Okay. No, it has not. It might actually be worse.
What did you roll?
A 3.
All right, you're still scared. In fact, Dave notices that there seems to be a puddle forming around where you're sitting.
Oh, awesome.
Dave, you're up.
Okay. Rolling to attack. Actually, no. I'm rolling to rip the arms off this thing.
Okay.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Oh, no.
Nice.
All right, Dave, you're able to reach out and you grab this thing. Now I need you to roll to see if you can actually pull the arms off.
What am I rolling?
Roll
It
that-
was a Nat 20. I
yeah,
get
you're
double.
able to catch this
But
fast.
it's a Nat 20.
No, you're able to catch the doll.
Okay, what am I rolling to?
The D20.
It sucks. Yep.
Okay.
11.
All right, roll again.
Plus, you put your +2 on there?
9. 11 and 9.
Okay, you tug at one arm, you tug at the other arm, nothing. But you're now holding this doll in your hands.
Okay.
It's the doll's turn.
But the doll's grappled then, right?
Doll is grappled.
It opens its mouth wide.
Oh,
and lets out this giggle again, this terrifying giggle. I do need you to roll to see if you're terrified.
20s suck. 12.
By the skin of your teeth, just shake it a little bit, but you hold on to it. You're facing your fear. All right, Nash.
All right. So I take my flashlight, and because it's got his mouth open, it's going like this, right? So I'm gonna take my flashlight and I'm gonna jam it down his throat.
Okay, roll.
Oh, 19 plus 2, that's a 21.
All right, as this thing's mouth's open, like cackling at Dave, you jam your flashlight down the doll's mouth.
Yep. And so, the down its mouth there. Now,
Nice.
Roll damage.
D8.
D8. Thank you. 7 damage.
Okay.
And as an action, I'm going to take off my belt.
Okay. Cool.
It'll take the action. Yep.
Okay. Good. Good job. Lish, we're back to you. You're in the corner peeing a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to get up.
No.
Look, your bladder has to be empty by now.
There's more than a bladder.
Coming here?
Lish rolled a 3, so she's still sitting in the corner peeing. Dave? Now, Dave, you're still holding the doll.
Yep.
Nash has a flashlight stuck in her mouth, and he's taking his belt off.
Right. I want to rip the arms off.
Okay. Roll.
15.
Okay, now, roll again.
Eight.
All right, you're tugging at the left arm, and it snaps out of its socket. The right one, you couldn't budge it for some reason.
Okay.
Now you have a doll and a doll's arm.
Okay. Do I get to do anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
That's a no.
My turn. So the arm that you're holding that you just ripped off, it has the scissors, and it launches the scissors. So now this possessed doll arm is still alive and flailing these scissors at you.
If it's
I'm going to
flailing, I should
roll.
disadvantage.
Yep. And it's not going to matter. Oh. Disadvantage 11, so that means I missed you.
Yep.
And I cannot do my cackle because you shoved a flashlight.
I shoved the flashlight in your mouth.
All right, well then it's your turn. And your belt's off, so this should be funny.
Okay. So I as the flashlight is down this creature's throat, okay, and you have the hand and the thing.
Right.
I'm going to tell Dave, let go of him. And I'm going to take the flashlight and swing it around like a club and smash the doll on the ground.
Okay. So
You want me to let go of the doll, not
Yes.
the arm?
Yes. Let go of the doll.
Okay.
Let go of the doll. I will have because I have a hold of the flashlight.
Okay.
So now I have a doll on the end of a flashlight that I can smash on the ground like a club, like a sledgehammer.
give it a whirl.
It was grapple. I should roll an advantage, I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So that's a 5. So now I basically have a doll on the end of a flashlight. I'm kind of waving him around.
Right, you got the doll, the end of the flashlight. Dave's
Yeah.
holding an arm with his pair of scissors trying to...
Right.
Yeah, you can't really control this arm, so you're trying not to get hit with it.
And then can I do it one more action? As an action? So I've got my belt in my other hand.
Yeah.
So I take my belt, and as I'm holding the flashlight, I take the belt and I kind of like put it on the flashlight, like you're going to put it on, you cinch it up using the flashlight as at the end of the belt. So it's I now have a belt attached to a flashlight attached to a doll's body.
Okay. All right, Alicia? All right.
12.
Is it 12? Okay.
Yep.
All right. You
get up refreshed because you just
you get up.
I've been a pee.
You're no longer afraid, so you're up. You see what's happening. Are you going to enter the fray, or are you going to just hang back because it looks like pure madness in front of you?
Well, I guess I could walk out of the house and leave you guys to it, but I know. I think I'm gonna walk into it. I'm gonna take my flashlight and try to hit this doll. If that works.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
You hit it.
Cool.
I mean, you can roll an advantage since Nash kind of is holding it.
Okay. 16.
Okay.
So.
Same result.
Yep.
Okay.
What is it? +2.
Yep.
Okay. So 8 damage.
Okay. Math.
That dead airspace is math happening
Okay.
here.
All right. Dave.
Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to use the flailing arm and swing it to stab the doll with its own scissors in the eye. What do I need to do that?
Roll.
What am I rolling?
That 20.
For
I will let you know if you got it.
Is it one roll or multiple rolls? Because I might change my mind if this is going to be like a series of 6 rolls or something.
Let's see. Let's just want to add, you got a flailing arm. You can roll at a disadvantage to see if you can hit it with its own arm.
Okay. AC 9 versus AC 6.
Okay, you miss.
Okay.
Fortunately, you did not hit anybody else
All right.
in that madness. The doll arm lashes back at you.
Okay.
Okay. I should have probably used my turn to, get out of your grip. But we'll go with stabbing Dave.
Well, that's fine.
Everybody likes stabbing Dave.
Yep.
It's a national pastime.
All right, so 22 is going to be a hit.
That's a hit.
And that is 2d4 damage.
Nice.
3. I love the d4s.
Still up.
All right. The creature then just kind of is just choking on the flashlight. He can't get out. It's a terrifying giggle. So that would take us to Nash.
All right, so I'm going to take my doll on a skewer, my doll kebab, and I'm going to run over to the other 4 dolls, and I'm going to go stomping on these other 4 dolls just to be sure that they don't come alive.
Okay.
Why won't you kill the doll that's attacking us?
He's attacking you. He's just
So you're running with the doll
because I've got it. Yeah,
and running over it to stomp on the other dolls.
the other dolls.
Okay. Go ahead. Run over. Roll to see how.
Well, I could walk over because it's just over in the corner over there. So
You said run.
okay. That's a 5.
All right. So you, since you're having trouble seeing
Yeah.
properly because your flashlight is being used for something else,
Right.
You kind of stumble in the dark, run over, and you miss any of the dolls with your stomp. But now
Okay.
you're standing in.
But I can still do my action,
Yeah,
right? Because I
all
just kind of
country.
walked over
Yeah.
it. Okay, so as my action, I'm going to take, because I have this skewer doll, and it's on the end of my belt, and I'm basically going to use it like a morning star.
Okay.
And I'm going to flip on the end of the belt to swing it on the ground.
All right. Go ahead. Roll.
Oh, my gosh! It's a 9. Come on. I should be an advantage, right? Can I do an advantage because I got the guy skewered?
No.
Oh, come on.
As you swing this thing, you miss everything you were attempting to do. The flashlight dislodges
Okay.
to the point on the next turn, the next doll's turn, it can, it will be off of your flashlight.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Lish,
Okay.
you're in the fight.
I am in the fight. Now, he ran away with the doll, right?
I'm just on
Yeah.
the other side of the room. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to, I guess I'm stupidly run after Nash.
Okay.
And
Remember, you're in an old house. You got flashlights, but the lights dim. So I do need you to roll to see how well
Okay.
you do running across the room.
10 plus 2?
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
12.
So,
It's you make it across without stumbling or falling.
okay, good. Then I'm going to take my flashlight and I guess
Hit
hit the
doll.
body. Yeah.
Okay.
Pinata style.
14.
So 14.
Okay, you hit.
Cool. 6 damage.
Okay. Now you also dislodge the thing from Nash's flashlight,
Okay.
so the doll is free.
Okay. It's my turn.
Now it's Dave's turn.
Okay. So I'm going to stab the doll in its own arm with the scissors. So, I'm holding the arm. I'm going to grab the scissors with the other hand and stab them into, the bicep type of thing.
Okay,
Like a.
go for it.
Okay. What do I need to roll?
Really well.
Really well.
Why? This is like a. I'm just smacking
And the arm is grappled.
AC 15.
Okay, you did it without stabbing your own hand.
Okay.
All right. Roll damage.
What's the damage?
Oh, it's 2d4.
2d4. Okay.
Here, I can roll. It's my scissors.
Well, I can roll because
Okay.
I don't trust you.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's a 1 and a 4, so 5 plus 2, 7 damage.
Okay. The arm falls limp,
Okay. Sweet.
and the rest of the doll body is looking not as good as it was.
Okay.
Which I don't know what that means. I mean, it's not as feisty.
Right.
Like it's losing some of whatever demonic power
Right.
is in it. Okay. The doll is free.
Yep.
Anybody, well, let's see. You ran over. You're playing around.
I didn't roll it, run over.
You two roll because it now can use the full power of its giggle.
I got a 17.
Nash, you're impervious to fear. You are in it for the fight. Lish rolled a 1.
Yep.
She literally poops her pants at that precise moment and falls to the floor, shaking in terror.
How many more bodily functions can you do?
Now, hold on. Was it an explosive, flammable poop that covered the rest of the room?
And if so, did you aim?
And with that miss, also she takes psychic damage of 16.
Oh,
Ouch.
yeah, I'm passed out now on the floor.
Okay.
So.
Lish is out, which would make sense
Yeah.
after what happened there. So, okay.
My time.
Ooh, you almost died.
Okay. So I'm faced off with this doll.
Yep.
It's just a doll and me, and it's there. It doesn't have my flashlight on it, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm gonna go after this doll with my mace, with my Morning Star fashioned Morning Star,
Your flashlight?
my flashlight on the end of my belt, swinging around like a helicopter style.
Okay. Roll.
Unnatural 20.
All right. Yeah. That worked.
That worked. Let's see, 1d8. Should get a little bit more than just a flashlight on this. You know what I'm saying? So that's 6 damage.
Okay. All right. With that, the doll seems to explode. Like Nash saved the day. But out of the doll, you kind of see this mist, this smoke. And in a brief moment, you can also see like a face. And it heads towards the passed out Alicia to possess her body. What do you two do?
I'm going to grab the scissors and stab Alicia's body in the head.
Oh.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
I was going to say we should grab her and throw her outside the house.
I'm going to stab
Through
Alicia
the window,
in
of
head.
course. Through the boarded up windows, of course.
Where do you need me to roll?
Is that what you're going to do? I don't think it's a that kind of podcast.
Well, I need to make sure it's dead.
Or you could grab her and get her out of that room before...
This is going to be a life lesson depending on what happens right here, Dave.
Okay, I'll grab her and get her out of the room.
Yeah, so we each grab an ankle and let's
roll.
He's going to come back to haunt us.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled an 18.
All
Plus
right,
2 is 20.
I got a 4.
So yeah, it's working together, mostly Dave.
Yeah.
You were able to drag her into the first room you entered. The mist seems to stop at that door. Like it's kind of trapped there.
All right, so I think we should stomp up these other dolls that are here.
Those other dolls are just dolls.
Okay.
All right, you survive the doll room of death.
Nice.
Dave, good job, everybody. Actually, I almost was able to possess. Were you really going to if the body was dead, it had nothing to inhabit. Is this where you were going?
Right.
Okay. But it also had 4 other dolls to go to.
Right.
But she happened to be...
I was just eliminating one.
All right, there we go. Never, ever investigate anything with Dave. Because
No.
apparently, if you pass out and there's a demon coming for you, he's going to kill you.
Right.
Right.
Well, only if the demon's already dead and is moving on to another body. Yeah. As one does. I mean,
The more you know.
yeah.
Boy.
But she spent most of that...
Uh-huh.
Peeing and dying.
And pooping.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Peeing, pooping, and dying.
And save the day? That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, no.
That's right. That's right. Save the day.
There you go, everybody. I hope that put a smile on your face. Thank you so much for listening to the show. And I guess until next time, if it's not weird,
It's not worth checking out.